Sleeping in separate rooms is a disrespect to yourself. Get a divorce or break up. Have some self-respect and dignity. And what happens in life is that people lose themselves in relationships. They deny who they are. And they don't want to work on themselves. They just want someone to talk to. Women look up to J-Lo because they want to look good in their 50s. But they don't realize that J-Lo has been divorced 3 times and that she's not going to look good in her 70s. Some men want a woman to have sex with, to cater to them, but they're really scared to be a man and find themselves. Bottom line, in a modern era, people are meant to be independent and free. Okay? And robots are cleaning the floors in Walmart. Robots are doing IT work. Robots are the future. And I believe in 20 years or so, it's going to be a greater world. Now, some of you ugly guys have already ordered robots from Japan. And some of you girls have already ordered lipstick from Rihanna and Caitlyn Jenner and the Kardashians, and you still look butt ugly. And the bottom line is, you need yourself more than you need anyone else. J-Lo is an independent soul in the free country of America. And if you don't want to be independent, guys, go to a third world country where you got to have kids to take care of you because there's no social security. If you don't want to be free, if you don't want to be independent, like Jesus was, Jesus said he didn't trust people. Jesus went into the mountains by himself. He didn't say we're all connected. I want to stay with you. That was Paul the Apostle, okay, who also tortured people. The Bible's filled with people worse than J-Lo, a lot worse. Andre, great to see you. Marcel, great to see you. Have I given up on love? I found love. I found self-love, self-respect. I respect women. I respect men. I respect robots. I hate needy people. I've been needy myself at times. I worked on myself. I didn't go to a third world country for the currency exchange. I worked on myself right here. Where's J-Lo right now in the Dominican Republic? Why? She's doing a movie. Where's ARod? He's in Miami. Where am I? I'm in Southeast Florida. And I'm staying single. I'm staying single to the day I die. I'm not going to sleep in separate rooms and think about spiritual lessons. Okay, I'm going to sleep by myself. I'm going to live by myself. I'm going to be a productive person in society. I'm going to work on myself to the day I die. Self-care is a full-time job. Okay. And what I can tell you is most people fail at that, and they fail in relationships. How do people get through life? By the grace of God. But most people are depressed, stressed, broke. I want to say that again. Most people are depressed, stressed, and broke. Why? Number one reason is relationships. Number one. Then after that, drug addiction. Then after that, you can keep going. Okay. But don't put your shit on me. Go for a walk and figure out your own life. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your counselor. And even my daddy, and even people I went to for a support group, guys, they can all help you, but you got to do the work of your life. And J-Lo, I think, look, she just wants a boy toy because she had guys that wanted to be with her. She wanted something better. Like I said, I can't tell you how many countless people, men and women, come on my channel. And they tell me about their ex or about their letdown. They hate all women, or a man was a narcissist. But they never tell me about the ugly people that wanted to get with them, and they rejected them. They never tell me about their failings, about their life. They never tell me about the fact that they hid money, that they were only with them for money. They never hid the fact that they're not a go-getter, they're lazy, they're apathetic. Work on yourself and stay single. In today's world, it's a blessing to be single. And if you want to be in a relationship, I'm not mad at you, but this isn't the channel. I don't want to talk about relationships other than the fact that J-Lo went through another failed one. That's what I'm talking about. How many people you know in a happy relationship, please? Please bullshit me. How many people you know sleep in separate rooms? How many people you know depressed, unhappy, and broke? Okay. You say, oh, this is a negative message. Well, hey, what I tell you is, look, it's my message. Okay. And what I tell you is this: I observe life in addition to living life. I don't sleep, guys. I don't stay bunkered down the house. I'm out here, guys, in the public every day, all day. Okay. Most of you can't handle it, so stay in your house, stay in your apartment. I had a guy today tell me, I want to live by the beach and live my dream. I respect him, but I'm saying, look, guys, living in your car is not going to change you. You got to do the work of your life first, or whatever you're going to do. Living in your car is harder than any other life. Hal, great to see you. He goes, I thought I was the only one who left a bad Puerto Rican woman. Well, what I can tell you is this, is whether they're Puerto Rican, Haitian, white, Irish, Lebanese, Philippines, Argentina, you name it. Bottom line is, humans are humans. Okay. And what I can tell you is, I think in a modern country, in a modern world, you need to stay single. Okay. And I think if you don't agree with that, you're going to go to a third world country. Okay. And you're going to realize, I should have stayed single in a first world country. And what I can tell you is this, guys: independence is a blessing, not a curse. Freedom is a gift that needs to be ensured through your works. Why do people give up their freedom? Because they're too lazy to work on themselves. They want someone to talk to instead of working on themselves. My biggest trolls are people with poor mental health and they can't stand themselves. They want me to do everything for them. And I said to myself, look, we're married. I know we're married. Because you're never going to let it go, and I'm going to upload a video every fucking day until God calls me home, or whatever, the robots call me home. Okay? And I don't want to be friends with you in this world or the next. Okay? Because let it be done on earth as it is in heaven. And if you're sleeping in separate rooms on earth, may you be sleeping in separate rooms in heaven. Because Jesus said there's no marriage in heaven. Jesus said stay single. Paul said stay single. Okay. And if you got bad mental health and you got physical problems, don't have kids. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. You can't even stop trolling. How can you raise a child? You can't. And that's the truth. That's the damn honest truth. People need to work on themselves. What I want to tell you tonight, like I tell you just about almost every night, is that singleness is a blessing. But it requires self-care, self-love, self-respect. Problem is, most people don't respect themselves. You know, they're not, well, you know, look, if you don't respect yourself, how do you know you're not respecting yourself? You're not giving it your all every day. You're not waking up early. You're not being productive. You're not working. You're fucking half-assing it. Okay? And you know it. And if you want to do that, I got no problem with it. Because no one is affecting me. I'm not affecting them. But what I want to tell you is this: I don't want to carry someone else's bag. I don't want to walk with someone through Disney World. And I don't want to carry the burdens of others. I don't want to share the burdens of others. That's why we have YouTube. That's why we have remote counseling. That's why we have capitalism, where you can get paid to listen to shit. If you want socialism, you go to a third world country where if you got the good currency exchange, you can do basically a corrupt power pull and bang everyone you want and then act like you're so smart and sexy. That's right. But what I want to tell you is this: singleness is power. And this is how I feel in my soul. If you look back at your life, the worst shape you've ever been in emotionally is when you've been entangled with someone else. But you do it for some other reason. You need money, you got to split the bills, you want a kid, You know, you wanting a kid is the reason a lot of people are together. You don't really want to be with them. You want a kid. You want a family. You want something to fulfill you. You can't fulfill yourself. That's the answer. You can't work on yourself. Okay. That's why we have robots sweeping Walmart, because people don't want to work at Walmart. We need robots. The people have left the earth. Okay. There's only a few down here left. I'd rather marry a robot than rather marry a human. That's damn truth. Okay. And what I want to tell you is this. Relationships only last so long, just like a car. Just like life expectancy. 80 years old, and we're all dead. Okay, some will live a little bit longer. So you better get comfortable with that, and you better start living your damn life single, so you can live on your terms. And you better start doing what you need to do, okay, to live the best life you can. What's the purpose of life? Well, why don't you do some shit and figure it out as you do it instead of mind fucking life? You can't think your way out of depression. You can't pray your way to heaven. See, I even want to say this. You can't pray your way to heaven. Because a prayer without action, guys, is a mind masturbation. It's like a cold shower for energy. It's thermal shutdown of your body. It's a shock, electrical shock. J-Lo, she got great luck. She's rich, wealthy, from the Bronx, capitalized in a first world country. But she wants to be independent, and the only reason she gets in relationships is because she wants her cake and eat it too. People want to be nomads, but they buy a home base and they want to be free. You can't have it both ways. You buy a home base, you're not a nomad, you're a conforming person. And I accept it if I do it. If not, you sell everything, you hit the road, one or the other. Problem is, people got 1 foot, okay, in their bathroom and another foot on their recliner. And they're looking for everything they want. Everything you want is inside you. You got to do the work. And you can only read the self-help book so long. You can only listen to me so long. Because the motivation and the inspiration is only a spark. And long enough, if you need the spark, but you don't know how to generate your own engine, the spark does not work. Spark plugs only last so long. You know that, right? I changed the spark plugs in my Jeep Renegade. I don't last that long to inspire you. Just like a regular spark plug, guys, everything has a time. And then you got to go and do it yourself. See, I don't bullshit you guys. I don't want to be long-term friends. I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want you to be long-term members. I want you to get what you need and go live your life. One of the worst things you can tell with someone is, go live your life. Why? Because they depend on you. But as an adult, if you have your physical and mental abilities, part of being an adult, to live your life, to live your destiny, to live your God-filled destiny, whatever you want to believe, is you got to learn to fly. And the only way you learn to fly is fuck up. But if you stay sheltered down, guys, your suffering's worse. Your mental health is worse. Your relationships are worse. Your content is worse. You care more about J-Lo breaking up with ARod than you do about your own life. I wasn't shocked that J-Lo broke up with ARod. I wasn't shocked that Kanye West got divorced. I mean, was anyone shocked? I'm shocked when I see someone stay together. And the only reason they stay together is for a financial need. They sleep in separate rooms, but they share the bills. Never fucking forget it. Sharing the bills is, you're Satan. You're Satan if the only reason you stay with someone is to share the bills. You're Satan. Okay? Because you're all about greed. Okay? That's it. Teaching your kids real great things. Stay somewhere just for money. I had you. So what I want to tell you is this. My message tonight, okay, for me, I'm not going to apologize it. I'm not going to go on vacation with you guys. I'm not going out to eat with you guys. It's not who I am. I'm not going to change who I am. Don't want to change who I am. I did the work of my life. is that people deflect off being alone because being alone requires that you develop yourself. And if you don't develop yourself, you depress yourself. And when you depress yourself, you don't want something to do, you just want someone to talk to. And that's bullshit. The more you do, the better your energy, the better your productivity, the more you'll find someone to talk to in a healthy way without a bullshit way. That's my message tonight, period. And then we'll read all live comments. Thank you. Live comments in order. Andre, great to see you. Shout out to Jersey. Marcel, shout out to UK. Good evening, Sam. Good evening. Marcel, I will stay single. Hashtag masturbate every day. I agree with that. Unless something physically is wrong with you, you should be masturbating every day. And until we get the robots, we can, work with them. But even then, you're going to have to see how much they cost. How? I thought I was the only one who left a bad Puerto Rican woman. Yeah, what I can tell you is, I did a couple Puerto Rican women, great women. They're all human, though. Puerto Rican, Asian, Haitian, like I said, white, don't matter. They're all human. I'd always tell you the story that there was this guy at construction site, Italian guy. He says, Sam, I want to hook you up with my daughter. And, nice Italian girl, this and this. Now, I was asking him a lot of questions about his daughter. And, because always ask questions, guys. Why? Because if you don't ask questions, you're basically not mitigating your risk. Every question I ask is to mitigate my risk. Okay. And if you ask me a question of how do you get your mail, how do you pay your taxes, guys, I block you. Okay. Because if you can't research that, I mean, I can't, let's take pause. But I asked him about all these questions about his daughter. This was before Google, guys. Okay. If I Google now, I wouldn't even ask him. I would just say, give me your Instagram account. If I would have sold any leopard skin clothing on her Instagram, I would say, hell no. Because leopard skin clothing is a sign of an independent animal, wild animal. Okay. Audrey Hepburn taught us that in the movie Breakfast by Tiffany's. Or whatever the fuck it was called. Took place in Manhattan, right next to Trump Tower. I've been to Tiffany's jewelry store in Manhattan. Been in Trump Tower. And he said, Sam, you asking me all the questions. Look, don't matter. All women are the same. As far as, look, every relationship is work is what he meant. Because all men are the same too. Every relationship is work. Men and women are the same. They're both work. And you get tired of putting in work the older you get. You damn sure get tired of fucking. That's why you sleep in separate rooms. You don't get tired of splitting the bills. That's why you stay. Okay. So what I can tell you is this. Live below your means. Live independent. That's my opinion. Do what you want. Love to you out. Marcel, I agree with you on the importance of self-care. It's the full-time job the rest of your life. You should never be unemployed. I went windsurfing today. There you go. That's self-care on the weekend. Spend 3 hours on the water. That's your passion. Love it. I had an absolute blast. I can tell. I can feel the passion and the essence breathing all over the live chat. Good job. How? J-Lo has no luck. Now, J-Lo has great luck, man. Like I said, she just lies to herself that she's not an independent soul. She's a very independent soul. She don't need no man. Marcel, so true. How? J-Lo and Kim Kardashian are just a beat. Once you beat a few times, you got to get rid of them. Definitely not wife material. No, I mean, I would say Kanye West and ARod aren't husband material either. I would say, again, look, guys, for most people, they're independent. They want to be independent. And that's the whole essence of freedom. And so I think I think the only reason people have long-term relationships, because even in the Bible, they didn't have long-term relationships, okay? Look, I think obviously if you're going to have a family, you structure the family. But even that, guys, I mean, look, I don't think you stay where I think a lot more people should work on themselves and stay single than just get into relationships. I think that's where we're at in society. We can't go back 100 years. At today's society, how do we have kids? Guys, I think we should engineer children in test tubes. No more mental illness, no more physical disabilities, test tubes. Well, where does it end? We're going to create, hey guys, it ends in a better society. Okay, that's right. Because all the people who troll me, guess what, guys? They got mental problems. They got all these fucking problems. Okay. There would be no more trolls. Thank God. Okay. Hey, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to speak on it. Adam, good evening, Sam. Good evening. Love to you, Adam. Marcel, thanks for your honesty. I want to empower myself and live my best life in Cali. You can do that. Be careful. You'll see a lot of bikinis. Katy Perry may trap you. Then you marry her, and 50 years, 20 years later, she looks like her mom. And then when you realize she looks like her mom, oh, you're going to be disappointed. Working for myself and exploring the world on my own terms. Well, make sure you stay away from those bikinis, man, because you're going to be going to a Christmas party with an ugly sweater, and you're going to be holding her purse in Starbucks. Pluto, much love from North Cali. Pluto's living his dream in North Cali. David, what's up, man? Good to listen, but can't comment because I'm delivering. Money bag emoji to you. What I can tell you is accept 90% of all deliveries. Why? Because most people are lazy and they don't accept. Oh, $2, $3 delivery, I don't accept that. All right, thank you. I'll take more money. Okay. And what I can tell you, David Lopez, if you keep accepting orders and making deliveries, you're going to be rich like Jennifer Lopez. However, if you get divorced like Jennifer Lopez, you'll be living in your car like Inspirational Nomad. And not because you want to, but because you got to. Never forget it. Good job, man. All right, guys and girls, I don't really feel like stretching out. Why? Because I like to be single, and I end shit when I want. I come when I want, and I leave when I want. I don't answer to anyone other than following the laws of the land and behaving in public. Outside of that, guys, that's what it is. And I know that disappoints some people, but it is what it is, guys. Look, you guys know the message. I'm not a babysitter. I love everyone. You got to work on yourself till now. And like I said, a spark plug only lasts so long, and that's it. And then you gotta, change the spark plug, or you gotta change your life, one or the other. But I can't do the work of your life, and I can't keep inspiring you. I can't. Okay. Why? Because that's not my job. Okay. My job is to inspire myself, to share these videos, and that's it. Okay. And if the videos don't inspire people, then they fucking leave. Why? Because they're not married to me. They're single. Okay. And that's it. And I like it like that. And that's part of why I live a simple life. Okay. Because I don't want to have all this shit that I got to fake friend you. I got to fake love you. And so what I can tell you is this, man, I live a simple life, so I don't have to sleep in a separate room. And, I know you're sleeping in a separate room, so you want me to go longer. Because you got nothing to talk about with the person you live with. I think it's a fucking disgrace. I think you don't love God if you live with someone you don't even want to fucking be in the house. I don't think you love God. I don't think you know God. I don't think you have faith. I don't think you have works. I don't think you have shit. That's my opinion. Okay. And I think people let their dreams die because they're taking care of their boyfriend or girlfriend and they're neglecting themselves. And I think it's a fucking disgrace. I think, guys, we live in a first world country where there is all type of help for people who can't help themselves. And you need to fucking move on with your life, okay? I'm not saying abandon children. I'm not saying abandon people. But I'm saying, look, we got enough people depressed, broken, unhappy, okay? And a big part of it is self-induced. That's my opinion and my experience in life. How? Sleeping in a separate room is crazy. It's the normal. It's normal in today's society. It's a disaster. How? That is really sad. It's devastating. At one point, you have to realize shit is dead. And most people don't, man. Most people live in a casket. They live on their couch, their recliner. They're dead. Guys, most people are dead as fuck. Low energy, lazy, and they're trapped in their apartment or house. They don't want to get out. Guys, people loved when we shut down the country. They loved to, do the brave thing, stay home. And I still agree with that. I know someone very sick right now from the coronavirus. So pray for them. It's still a very real thing. I believe in social distancing, wearing a mask, getting a vaccine. I have no problem with any of those things. But I have a problem with the mindset that shelter your life away, then fuck it, just be dead. It's like, what type of person is just like so happy to shelter in place and live this sedentary life? It's like you're not even alive. And don't even fucking worry about the afterlife. Don't worry about the afterlife, because your life here is like, you don't even care. You don't even want to try to change your life. You know? I don't know, man. I think it's an excuse to avoid doing the work of your life. And I don't think people want to, I mean, I understand how hard life is, so I'm not going to speak too rough, but I'm also going to say, I'm thankful the Lord spared me. I don't want to take all the credit, because things could have turned a couple different ways in my life. I want to say, after observing life and being spared and being where I'm at now, this is my message. That most people in a modern world do not need relationships. They need themselves. And if they're a productive person in society, that benefits society. And I think we can do things a lot better, a lot different. Tony, looks humid. Oh, it's getting hot and I like it. Yeah, I'm sweating. Crack that window. Take a hydration break, buddy. Well, I'll do that. Love to you, Tony. Good to see you. Thank you again for that comment last night. It really touched me, man. Yeah, do I want to break up with YouTube? YouTube's my only relationship, really. Outside of talking to my mom once a day on WhatsApp, I love my phone. Guys, my phone's a robot. I'd marry my phone. Outside of that, like I said, YouTube's my only relationship. I talk to a couple people on the phone still. I have no desire for a relationship. Again, I look back at my life, and I have good relationships with good women, and I'm very thankful for all of them. They helped shape me to, I believe, a good person, as best you can be in this world. And I think it's good to experience those relationships. But I also think it's good to, once you get to a certain point in life, to understand who you are and what you want. You know, like, guys, Jennifer Lopez, an independent soul. She likes to live life on her terms, her way. I'm the same way. Okay. And soon I'm going to be rich as J-Lo. Okay. And what I can tell you is this, guys. I want to be single now, and I want to be single when I'm as rich as J-Lo. Why? Because what else, you know, for me, I think I do better single. For me. Okay. And most people are miserable. That's what I see. I don't see joy and inspiration other than when you're young. Middle-aged people and old people are fucking miserable. Okay. Young people, they're still naive and they're having a lot of sex. Okay. But once they have a lot of responsibility, they're watching me. That's right. They want to get with me. Most of my trolls are people that want to get with me. And you ain't got a shot in hell. Okay. Why? I'm single for life. Never forget it. Adam. Had a great day hiking and bushcraft. I love the outdoors. So happy to be outside. Well, getting fresh air and being outside is a blessing. That's why I moved to Florida. I recommend everyone spend as much time as they can outdoors. Why? Live life, get oxygen, get vitamin D, sunlight. Go for a walk, change your mental health, physical health, and do it by yourself. If you wait for someone else to go work out, you're going to be waiting forever. Never wait for someone else to do what you want to do with your life. You'll be waiting forever. I don't know if people can handle being single, though. Because I had a vision, as I said, that of people who are in relationships and then being single. And then they get single, there's instant joy, and then there's instant they don't know what to do. However, I think they should keep doing that. Because eventually, if you work on yourself, you'll find yourself. Because if you just stay in the relationship you're in, you're already fucking miserable. So like I always say, like risk management, right? If you're already fucking miserable, what's the risk you're going to be miserable anyway by yourself? I could do bad all by myself. Yeah, I could do bad all by myself. That's what I tell you. How? Nothing better than to be in the woods. Well, I disagree with that. I hate the woods. I hate mosquitoes. Even though I'm in Florida, I hate insects. I hate bugs. I hate campgrounds. I only go there for legal parking at times. I like the ocean, even though there's some bugs. The woods have all the critters, all the creatures, and I like flat land. I like to be able to see in front of me. I hate the forest. I hate woods. I like flat concrete pavement, to walk my big ass on. Oh, praise the Lord. Adam. But I know how you and Adam share that Boy Scout journey. Adam says, the message in my video was, finish what you start. Well, yeah, unless you're in a relationship, get a divorce. That's what I tell you. Don't finish. Don't wait till death do us part. Just get a divorce now. So many people procrastinate. I agree. Break up now. Enjoy your life. I tell you the truth. That's a good job. Adam, I'm gonna check your video out though. Let me just see if I can highlight. And shout out to my man Dan Diamond. He sent me a link of his he did a video of him his a music song that he did. So a couple people sent me some videos I gotta check out on their channel. And I'm gonna check them out maybe tonight when I'm going to sleep. Yeah, I'll check that out, Adam. Why won't... See, I don't like YouTube's new thing where I can't click on your thing and go right to your channel. I don't know why it doesn't do that anymore. Only on my phone. But I can't do it on my phone when I go live. Tony, I thrive in solitude. Me too. I feel so relaxed and calm. I feel great right now. When I'm alone, it's great for mental well-being. I agree too. Now, look, I like to be with people. Well, I like to see... Look, I see people enough because I'm in the public all the time as nomad. So, for me, solitude is always great. And working the night shift is great. And I remember being in a zoo in New Jersey. And the people in front of me had a child. And they were taking their child to each one of the animals. And the child said, Mommy, Daddy, this animal is by itself. Isn't it lonely? And the mother and father said, no, that species of a cougar or tiger, whatever it was, they like to be alone. It is actually better for them. They said, if you put that tiger or that whatever it was in a cage with other tigers, there would be fights. Like my dog, when I had a dog, she liked to be the only dog in the house. She didn't like other dogs. So, I think people lie to themselves. I think, for some people, again, there may be some people, guys, they like family, they like relationships, and I respect it. This ain't the channel for you. Okay. This is the channel where we talk about J-Lo should fucking stay single because this is the third time now, or the fourth time, she basically had a divorce. She had a divorce 3 times this fourth. Come on now. I mean, you like to be by yourself. I like to be by myself. Adam. Oh, Tony. Oh, yeah, I read it. Adam. Haven't finished editing the one. Yeah, I used to edit a little bit when I first started. I don't edit anymore. But everyone has a different way to do YouTube based on your creative desires, based on how you're going to shape the channel. But whether you edit or whether you don't, consistency is the biggest thing. And that is the mental challenge as well as the physical challenge. And you can't mind fuck it. You got to just do it. And you got to be willing to have some bad videos. Like sometimes people say, oh, I don't get as many likes or this video isn't as popular. I don't give a fuck. Why? Because, guys, I'm just trying to get on base. Sometimes I get hit by the pitch. Okay, I got a fucking troll busting my chops. Sometimes I take 5 pitches and I walk to the base. Sometimes I hit a single. Sometimes I hit a double. Sometimes I hit a triple. Sometimes I hit a home run. And for me, guys, and even sometimes I strike out. But for me, my main objective is to show up at the plate and try to get on base. You can't hit a home run on every trade. You can't hit a home run on every day. What you're trying to do is be consistent so that you give yourself a shot to, again, get on base, whatever metaphor you want to take to get to your goal. Now, is there an end destination? Look, no, everything goes to infinity. But at the same time, staying on your couch and fucking mind fucking life, that's no destination either, okay? Because let me tell you something, you can't think your way to heaven, okay? And you can't pray your way to heaven. Why? Because that's all faith and no works. You gotta fucking do some shit. Okay, never forget. Adam. Camera angles are tough filming bushcraft. Well, I know Kim Kardashian, she had a cameraman follow around and said, you got to look at my ass on certain angles only when it looks good. So I don't really look at the angles of bushcraft, but what I could tell you is this. There's some people that they want that tree to look a certain way. They want that bush to look a certain way. For me, I just say, fuck it, brother, upload it imperfect. Why? Right now, no one's watching your videos. The main thing you want to do is fucking just upload and try to get better for yourself. And in 6 to 12 months, then after a certain amount of time, you can look at adjusting things. Adam, $5 super chat. Love your positivity. Well, I appreciate that, but I'm never going to lie to you. I feel like I'm being a little bit negative, but sometimes that's needed. So, I appreciate that graciousness. You don't need to do that. I thank you for it. My main value advice is not some extra Joel Osteen positivity. My advice is something that's going to actually help you, not just give you an emotional high. And that is just be consistent. Your videos may suck and no one may watch you, but you are going to learn mentally if you do it consistently for 12 months. You're going to learn something about yourself or about making films or about bushcraft, something. Okay. But if you upload a couple of videos and no one watches and you quit, look, YouTube is a weird thing, man. I would not recommend a young person do YouTube. What does young mean? I think if you're in your teens, 20s, even early 30s, be careful. I remember when I did Ustream when I was in my 20s, it was like a beginning version of YouTube. And that was when I was in my religious mode preaching. And I got trolled a little bit and I shut it down because I realized that the troll in that instance was a little bit right. I wasn't developed enough. I didn't work enough on my own life to be able to have an abundance to share. However, does that mean you shouldn't share if you're not 100% ready? No. But I'm just saying it's a lot harder when you're younger and you haven't really worked on yourself because you have to be very mentally tough to share your life publicly. Very much. You have to be very disciplined in your habits. And what I learned is, again, most people are not in that place because it's very hard to get in that place. Again, why I preach self-care, I'm like Mr. Miyagi telling you wax on, wax off. Like everyone thinks like, all right, I got it. But you don't have it because when you're doing that shit every day and when you're focused and you're not complacent, you're fucking focused, and I'm being intense right now, guys, but all day I'm happy, I'm mellow, I'm good. But there's a time to be intense, is that you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to get through life without a high level of depression, without it being a complete disaster, you have to get a little bit lucky, but you have to focus on what you can control, which is your daily habits, which is focusing on yourself privately first, focusing on your main career first, focusing on getting rid of the unhealthy relationships. And then over time, you have abundance of experiences and self-enlightenment to share. If not, if you try to share your life before you worked on yourself, you're going to fold like a wet paper towel. Because it's basically like a psychopath who shops at the Dollar Tree for kitchen garbage bags. You throw one thing in a garbage bag and a fucking garbage bag just rips. Why? Because it's a cheap-ass garbage bag. And so most people's minds are like a cheap-ass garbage bag. They get one thumbs down, they get one negativity, or no one's watching and they just get self-conscious, which I understand. I've been through all this. And I'm sharing with you to help you. Is that every time I go through that breaking point, I don't boast in myself, but I focus on self-care. And sometimes even self-care does not lift you up, but it sustains you. I've been depressed or upset or not happy when I've been doing self-care good. But did I stop doing self-care? Because no, I kept doing it. It sustained me. So it didn't make me happy. It didn't solve my problems right away, but it kept me going. The worst thing you can do in life, like I tell you guys, is stop moving, stop doing, stop being productive, rotting away. Like I say, if you don't know what the fuck to do with yourself, I don't know how you would know what to do with yourself if you were a millionaire, if you were in a currency exchange rate that helped you. Like, if you can't do shit now, how if it's like, that's what I'm trying to tell people. It's like, it comes back to a lot of people should be single because it'd be a fucking less distractions. But I don't think people want to work on themselves. I think, I don't think there's anything wrong with needing someone else. I don't think there's anything wrong with healthy relationships. But again, this channel is not mainly about that. Everyone kind of has to speak to the truth they know in their own life. Okay. And so I'm speaking to the truth of my own life and what I've observed and experienced, and I am leaving room for other experiences. However, I'm not going to preach a lot of stuff that isn't my experiences, because that's not me. It's not my job. Like I say, guys, the work is plentiful, the laborers are few. Okay. There's plenty of jobs. Most people don't want to work. There's plenty of messages to be shared, but most people don't want to share. So I can't do everything. I'm not supposed to do everything. I'm supposed to be myself. So I'm not going to be trolled into being someone else, because that's not my job. And I thank God I'm not single, because I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to worry about you holding this over my head, that over my head. Fuck that. Okay. Fuck that. Like I say, your biggest enemy is the insecure people. Biggest enemy. Because insecure people want to kill you. Why? Because you remind them of their own downfall. But guys, I mean, if someone doesn't have the power if you're not abducting someone and someone's coming into your life and they're not happy with you, guys, I'm not abducting anyone, guys. I am the least abductive person. I'm trying to avoid people. I'm not trying to get people in. So, for me, it's like, I don't give a fuck, because I'm not bothering no one. You coming in my house, my car, my channel, hey, you enjoy this shit, thumbs up, subscribe, join. If you don't, one love, okay? And you have a great life, okay? And I believe in you. I mean, you don't believe enough in yourself. That's why you got trolled. But I understand that too. Like I say, there was a couple times, even in the beginning of YouTube, I caught myself trolling someone else. Not trolling in a bad way, but I was lingering around. And someone in the comment section, which was a total psychopath, but I still accepted the correction, said, well, if you don't like it here, why are you here? And I said, you know what? I think you're a total psychopath, but that's a fair statement. And I got the fuck out of Dodge. See, guys, hey, look, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I said to myself, well, what the fuck am I doing here? I said, I need to be the fuck out. And I got the fuck out of Dodge. See, most people, guys, they don't want to leave, because then they got to, go do something else. Hey, guys, look. Like I say, I think everyone wants freedom, but I think few people want to work on what it means to be free and independent. And if people give you that bullshit that we're not supposed to be independent, you know what I think? I think they're sleeping in separate rooms and they're scared to get a divorce because they need the other person to share the bills. Fuck them. Your biggest enemy. They're your biggest enemy. People unwilling to do the work of their own life, and they're philosophizing life. They're your biggest enemy, because they're going to fucking lead you astray. I don't know how someone that takes a cold shower can give a sermon. I don't know. I don't know how someone is totally unfulfilled in their relationships can say anything about anything. Because you got work to do. Okay. But the distractions are endless in this world, man. And like I said, this world ain't going to last forever. Well, this world may last a long ass time. You're going to last about 80 years. So you can figure out, well, what's going to happen next world, what's going to happen. And say, look, you can put some time in that. For me, I'm trying to get through this life with less suffering and live my best life, period. Keep it very simple. A lot of people like my message about simplicity, not about all this other shit. But I kind of apply at this point in my life. I didn't always, because I worked on myself. I changed. At this point in my life, I apply my philosophy to faith, the afterlife, the meaning of life, to the same way I apply it to material things. Keep it simple. And for some people, they can't handle that, because that requires that they change. And they can't accept, they can accept, yeah, I think I can live simple, but they can't accept really having a simple philosophy. Yeah, masturbate once, that's it, simple. Oh, I can't handle it. I can't handle that. Oh, get a divorce, simple. I can't handle that. Bullshit. So again, we're all on our own journey. And we're connected in moments. We're connected right now in a moment. And all moments fade, and all moments have good and bad parts of them. But it's your life for as long as you have it in this world, and you can change it. So you can actually change some of life, not all of it. But like I say, you got to get focused. Like I say, the spark plug is not there to do the work. It's there to start something in you, so you do the work. And even a spark plug only lasts so long. Your pastor only lasts so long. Your inspirational nomad only lasts so long. Your mother, your father, your dog, everything only lasts so long. And it's horrible, but it's the way it is in this world. I don't know why. I didn't create the world, but it is what it is. I try to be grateful for what I have, okay? And that's it. That's all we can do. And work for what you want. There is nothing wrong with working for what you want and wanting more. Never forget it. How? Focused, not finished. Chris Hogan. Well, Chris Hogan's finished. He's canceled. Why? Because he was focused on pussy. Why? Because he wasn't masturbating. And he was fucking basically being a Dave Ramsey 2.0 instead of being a Chris Hogan 1.1. Why? Because he needed the money back. Why? Because guys, look, if we don't have a capitalist society, you know what we have? We have a barter and trade society. Okay. You damn sure ain't gonna have cars. Everyone bartering and trading. Everyone's sitting around having kids to help them when they're older. No Social Security, no Medicaid. Huh, no extended unemployment, no stimulus. How many people want that stimulus? Then never question capitalism. Because they ain't getting stimulus, guys, in some of these other countries. Not the third world countries, first world countries, yeah. So what I can tell you is this. I never understand why people go backwards, but people do. And I've gone backwards in life, only to smack the shit out of myself and say, what the fuck are you doing here? And then I said, I gotta get the fuck out of Dodge. Like I said, guys, you can only go back to the strip club so long, and then you realize I'm not meant to be here anymore. You can only go back to the hood so many times before you realize I'm not meant to be here. You can only go back to your ex so many times before you realize I'm not meant to be here. You can only go back to Jersey so many times you realize I'm not meant to be here. And if you don't realize that, guys, there's a list of people who stayed and didn't evolve, and either they're dead or they might as well be dead. And if you don't believe me, you look in your own life. Don't listen to me. You can say you're full of shit. All right, well, everything I said, you just think about in your own life, and you tell if I'm full of shit, then I'm full of shit. And if I'm not, then hey, look, you may not like that I said it, but it's true. So, these are my experience and observations of life. And this is the channel that I share it on at this point in my life. And when you got your own shit, you do shit how you want. When you don't have your own shit, look, you got to ask permission, or you got to keep your mouth shut while they're in the other room. You ain't got that many options. How? I went on those dating apps to see what it was about and said, I'm not meant to be here. Shit is not the same. I also realized need to put that time in and effort into myself. Yeah, right now you're in an emergency self-care mode. And you know what it is. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse. You know what you have to do. You're a smart guy. Like I said, I asked you, you said you got no disabilities. So, and now you just got to do. Now, will you do it? I don't know. I could see it going either way for you. I mean, obviously, like I say, I see you as a superstar. But it don't matter how I see you. It matters how you see yourself and then what you're willing to do. You could end up like family members I have. You could basically just never go back to work. Your mental health gets worse. Your physical health gets worse. You end up at a subsidized hotel. You're on food stamps. And you just deteriorate. But you live a decent existence. You never want for anything like family members I have. And that's your best life. Or you willing to feel some pain of getting back into the workforce. You show up at the Walmart in Old Bridge. In the beginning, you're scared, but then the more you show up, the more empowered you get, the more confident. Then you get into a healthy routine. Then you start to meet people. Then maybe you have a couple setbacks, but you keep showing up. Then you collect more paychecks. Then you get more financially independent. Then you see there's a whole other world outside of New York, outside of New Jersey. Then you develop as a man, you live a great life, and you fill in all the blanks because it's your life, not Inspirational Nomad's life. But I'll tell you right now, no one can live your life for you other than you. No matter how much they love you, whether your mom, whether me, whether your ex. I learned that from me. And I had some people that love me. I've been blessed. But I also realized as much as they love me, they're different than me. And I have to go and figure out my own life as an adult. And what I can tell you guys is a lot of people are not adults. And we all need help. It's not about that. You'll get help if you're trying to get better. And it's not about shaming people. But again, guys, this is a live feed, an intense moment to share a mindset, not to make people feel stupid, but also not to bullshit you. I mean, guys, I see people go to therapy for 10, 15 years, and they're not doing anything. I mean, it's like go to therapy, go to counseling, go to all that shit, but you go to Weight Watchers. But it's all there to fucking get you going, to spark you. And if you're not willing to do it, it's all a fucking waste of time. It's a fucking racket. So I don't know, man. Look, I know life's not easy. So I don't look down on anyone, guys. Okay, except people at Dunkin' Donuts. I look down on them a little bit. Well, I'm just playing. Well, a little bit. But for me, I'm really not focused on other people. Like we're sharing about J-Lo tonight. I'm talking about other people in one sense. But I think, for those who understand, you get the context of what I'm saying tonight, okay? And what I'm saying tonight is it comes back to understanding yourself, not lying to yourself, and always remembering the default is self-care and simple. Again, people love the simplicity message of cutting your bills, but they don't like the simplicity message of cutting off your ex and changing your number. It's too much for them. And I'm too much for them. What they need is a cold shower. They need to order Chipotle, okay? And they need to wait for their stimulus, okay? And have I ever done that in my life? Sure. Guys, I was obese. I collected unemployment. And I've been in uneven relationships. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite. However, I am currently not doing that. So I'm not going to avoid sharing the fact that I started to work on my life more and I progressively got better. So I think that's a very fair analysis, Marcel. Even though my degree program seems boring and pointless, I am continuing it nevertheless. I don't want to jump into something head first. Well, yeah, look, again, to each their own. I always say if you're not working in the field you're going to school for, you're just wasting money. Because the only reason you go to school is to make money for what you're going to school for. It's to work. And so if you've never worked in that field, how do you know you want to work in that field? The biggest problem is people don't show up consistently, whether you're a doctor or DoorDasher. That's the biggest thing. And so going to school is way different than going to work. Why? Because going to school is paying someone else to teach you. Going to work is someone else paying you to do a service. And I got certifications, but I also worked in that field while I was doing it. Now, I'm not saying my way is everyone's way. I'm just saying be mindful of that. K, $5 super chat. You predicted the Kanye-Kim divorce back in 2017. Hashtag stay single. K, you're watching. Thank you. I also predicted the J-Lo breakup in one of my videos too. You'll have to go back and look at some of them. Thank you very much, Kay. The reason I predicted it, guys, you don't have to be a prophet. All you have to do is be an observer of your own life and of others. And there's some people that are independent souls, that are go-getters, that like to live their way. And they waste most of their life trying to lie to themselves. And the reason they're trying to lie to themselves is because they want kids, they want to split the bills, or they don't want to separate. They don't want to feel the pain of separation. They don't want to work on themselves. And I can say, look, do whatever you need to do. But I got to do what I need to do. Never forget it. Thank you very much for everyone out there with all these gracious super chats. I'm grateful, not entitled. More so. I'm on week 6 of my personal training cert. That's what I like. Looking to make a switch to that career, but want to be cautious. My school is free, so I'll stick with it. Well, yeah, if you got free school, the only thing you're spending is your time, right? Again, personal training, you're probably going to max out around $25 an hour. So it's going to be a tough career to make a lot of money. Now, there's some exceptions, but you got to be honest with yourself. So you got to budget for that. What you're going to school for, it's like you're dividing your time. Where you're losing is you're dividing your time. Now, if you got no kids and you're a single guy, you have the luxury of time, okay? So I don't think it's a bad thing to have 2 hustles. I do it myself. But I think you need to do one thing. You need to understand that personal training is going to max out probably around $25 an hour. If you can see yourself living a lifestyle based on $25 an hour for the rest of your life, then okay. But if you see yourself as wanting more than that, I would put more energy into doing a job based around whatever you're going to school for and do personal training even less. Like I would only do personal training on the weekends. I would go to school during the weekdays and then work whatever field you're going to school for. Because even though the schooling is free, your time is limited. And one of the biggest things, where's my guy Pluto? One of the biggest things I want to teach, I don't care if people hate me, is time management. If you don't learn to manage your time, you're going to be depressed, you're going to be broke, you're going to fuck up your life. And so what you're learning right now is you only have so much time. And it's divided between your school, between personal training, and between anything else you want to do. And until you learn how to manage your time, you can't learn to manage your money, you can't learn to manage your emotions, because everything is wrapped up in what you do with the minutes and hours, etc. People do NoFap because they look at porn for hours and they get addicted. And so they think the answer is just do nothing. And they go from one extreme to the other. Teach their own. But what I want to share with you is time management. Biggest lesson I had to learn. And I learned it through ups and downs, through failures. There's nothing wrong with having a few hustles because I've had them. Some hustles I kept doing, some hustles I stopped. So I think it's smart, wise, and good that you're doing different things. But as you progress, you have to focus your energy, focus your time on the things you value more and that contribute to your goals, your passion, etc. Marcel, appreciate your input. I have 3 hustles: personal training, translating, my field of study, and tutoring, my side hustle. That's great. It sounds like you're being productive, so all thumbs up. Again, when you're younger and when you're developing yourself, you want to focus more on one main hustle. And then as you get older, you can spread your energy out, right? Like after you build a career as an electrician, then you can build your career in engineering, and then you can defer some of your energy to DoorDash or YouTube. But when you're in your 20s, you don't want to have your light beam going in 3 different directions. When you're in your 20s, you need to focus on your main direction. Because, guys, there's a huge learning curve. There's a huge learning curve in learning electrical field and learning engineering and learning IT. It's like you can't do 3 different things while you're building a main job. So when you're in your 20s or when you're starting a career, you got to focus all your energy on that. And then when you have kind of like got it in a rhythm over time, then you start to defer some of your energy in things that may not be as financially rewarding or as beneficial, but they provide a balance and a passion to your life. Now, if you never want to focus on a main job, because I hated construction, I hate electrical work, but I love the money bag, okay? So, but if I just focused on the things I love, I'd be a broke pastor preaching a broken message and getting a divorce like J-Lo, but I'm not. Okay. I'm financially independent and I preach whatever message I want because I didn't just follow what made me happy. Okay. I did things I didn't want to do. So eventually I can live a life I wanted to live on my terms. And that's a very powerful thing that I think most people fail. And it's only by the grace of God any of us succeed. I acknowledge that. I don't want to be boastful, but I do want to share these experiences with you. Not to say that my way is the exact way for everyone. It's to say, think about what I'm saying. Think about your life. Focus your energy. Manage your time. Discipline yourself. Give grace to yourself when you're failing. Keep going. Keep showing up. That's my message. When you're single, you got more luxuries. When you're married or you're in a relationship, you can't do all the shit I'm talking about because you got to take care of you. Got to take care of them. You got to take care of other shit. And look. I know a great girl I grew up with. Great girl. Very compassionate, smart, funny, awesome person. But her mental health her spirit is strong, so she's going to persevere. But her mental health and her spirit is broken because she's married, she got 2 kids, she got a pet, and she only has so much time and energy. And she's a high energy person and a great person. I think highly of her. But her problem is she got too much shit on her plate. Now, I wouldn't, I'm not going to tell her, I don't tell people what to do, but in this live feed, I kind of tell what I want to say. Okay. So, I keep it simple. Bottom line is, it's not this magical thing. It's you put too much on your plate. Now, I'm not saying abandon your kids, abandon your husband, or whatever, but I'm saying you got to figure shit out. And you got to start to chip away at some of the excess and, develop yourself and step away. Maybe you should get divorced. Maybe you've always been an independent person. Like, I know this person. They've always been independent. They like to be by themselves mostly. Their kids are getting grown, so they don't have to do that much work there anymore. After this pet, don't get any more pets. And if you can't even handle this pet, send it off to like there's places you can give pets to like farms and stuff like that. My mom had to do it when she got 3 dogs. It was too much. Marcel, that's a good point. I feel like I'm juggling 5 balls. Yeah, that's too many balls, man. You should only be juggling 2 balls. That's your own. And you should only be masturbating to 1 dick. That's your own. And then everything else should be about the money bag. Okay. So play with your balls, shoot your load, and then secure your bag. Okay. Because if you ain't doing that in that order, okay, I'm telling you right now, you're going to have blue balls, you're going to have a broke bank account, okay, and your mental health is going to be a shithole. Okay. And I don't want that for you, Marcel. I want you to live an awesome life where you're teaching all these fat people how to use all the machines in Planet Fitness. Okay. And you're getting some coochie on the side, because I guarantee you some of these MILFs will fall in love with you when you love yourself, when you're passionate about yourself. Some of these people are married to people, they got no passion. And they're dry as a bone. But you don't get passion by thinking about it. You get passion by doing and by focusing your energy and managing your time. And you only get so much passion, so much energy per day. Don't waste it. Don't waste it on even other people. Because like I've learned in life, if you're not good with yourself, you're the best actor in the world trying to make other people happy. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you, everyone. All right, guys and girls, thank you. I know my words can be rough and my message can be intense at times, but I'm not going to apologize for it. Why? Because I don't want to play that game. Those who understand me do. Those who don't, I understand them too, but kick fucking rocks. And I don't say that in a bad way. I say that in just fucking go your way and figure your life out like I had to do with my life. And that's it. This isn't a daycare center. All my videos are for adults. Okay? And that's it. All right? Thank you for watching. Peace.